Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know this rush hour of September 26, Thursday. I'm Riza Diaz. Jumpstarting today's rush with another disease making a comeback in the country, diphtheria, a bacterial disease which can be prevented through proper vaccination, allegedly claimed a life of a 10-year-old girl in Manila. And this time, the local government is not taking any chances. Ria Fernandez with the story.
This elementary student from Pandacan, Manila attended school until September 13. A few days later, her parents advised the school that she was ill, but they only learned that she had suspected diphtheria after she died on Saturday. Despite this, classes in the girls' school is still ongoing. The City Health Department has already disinfected the buildings, and both teachers and students have been given antibiotics.
Nung sinabi ng doktor na hindi naman po ganun talaga kadelikado kasi po matagal na po yung pangyayari. So, nag-decide na po kami na papasukin yung mga bata.
However, the classroom where the girl was last seen is now off limits, and most of the students who are still going to school are wearing face masks. Diphtheria is a bacterial infection which causes a thick covering in the back of the throat that leads to difficulty of breathing, heart failure, paralysis, and death. Its symptoms will start showing up to 2 to 5 days after a person contracts the disease. Aside from sore throat, a patient may experience fever and chills. Vaccines are the most effective way to avoid the disease. That's why the barangay where the victim died has already conducted a mass vaccination to prevent the spread of the disease. The LGU is also appealing to parents so that they can prioritize completing their children's vaccine shots.
Sa lahat ng aming mga constituent na kung nalaman man nila dapat mag-participate na po sila para mabakunahan po yung kanilang mga anak.
The Health Department has also echoed the calls of the local government, and the DOH says cases of diphtheria and other infectious diseases are on the rise. From January to September this year alone, there have been 167 cases and 40 deaths related to infectious diseases. While they have yet to find out the reason for the uptrend, the department is also seeking the assistance of LGUs, health professionals, and other civil society groups to ensure that every child receives their complete vaccine in time. For News 5, Ria Fernandez, We Are One News.
For Chinese nationals coming to do business in the Philippines, President Duterte has one reminder that is, if followed, then it's all smooth sailing from there. Jenny Dongon will tell us what.
Follow the rules and we won't have any trouble. That was President Duterte's message to Chinese investors and business owners during the corporate launch of property developer Golden Topper in Parañaque on Wednesday. Duterte says foreign hands are welcome to do business in the country as long as they refrain from doing illegal transactions and pay the right taxes.
I just want everybody to behave, and I also expect that behavior from you. We just obey. There are rules to be followed. Just obey the rules. And nobody's going to disturb you. Nobody's going to molest you.
Duterte also urged the companies to be assertive in the face of corruption.
Right at the moment of the airport and getting a visa, if you think that there is something wrong, or if there is somebody asking for money, you slap him. Like that. Because tell him that that is the order of your president, and allow you to slap him 3 times.
The president added that his office is open for foreign nationals who have information on corrupt government officials extorting money or other favors.
That is the only way where you can help me and you can help yourself from harassments, from pressures, extortionists. Be assertive, because whether you are a Filipino or an alien, You must stand for your rights.
Duterte's warning now to erring public officials.
If I call you in my office, I would not hesitate to slap you in front of the guy. If he does not want to slap you, I will slap you. You want to go to court to sue me? Go ahead and sue me. Want to report me to the human rights? Go ahead and file with the human rights. And bring the human rights to me and I will slap both of you.
Similarly, he has a warning to foreign nationals who engage in illegal drug trade.
You are a drug lord, but if I catch you importing or manufacturing drugs in this country, and you destroy my country in the process, I will kill you. Make no doubt about it. Even with the United Nations listening, I will kill you. Period. I don't mind. I can throw your Pasig River is big enough to accommodate 10 people every time you throw them. Or the sharks of Manila Bay are getting hungry. They are not well fed.
The same goes for those whose modus involve kidnap for ransom.
Those foreigners, I will not particularize. But there are foreigners who come here to play their trade, lending money, and if the debtor cannot pay, they kidnap, and sometimes they ask for ransom. And even with the delivery of the money for ransom, they just go ahead and kill the victim.
Similar to his directive before on capturing freed heinous crime convicts, Duterte says he would rather have foreign criminals in a coffin.
To capture you dead or alive. Preferably dead, so that you cannot go back to your country to do crime again and be back again in my country to do another thing.
For News 5, Jenny Dongon, We Are One News.
Duterte also issued a warning to so-called ninja cops or policemen engaged in recycling seized illegal drugs. The president says as his anti-drug campaign continues, these corrupt cops won't be the first in line at getting their heads on the chopping board.
But there are some people, like policemen, you have to beg, then they are at it again, and they sell drugs, and they go scot-free, and they think that they are the lords of this country. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, everybody dies in this world, but you will go ahead first. Remember that.
The PNP insists the so-called Manila drug queen isn't just some figment of their imagination. In fact, she's so real, reports says she's already out of the country. Greg Gregorio has a report.
For weeks, authorities would just talk about her in whispers. On Wednesday, the PNP finally identified the person they claim is the drug queen of Manila.
Gia Gomez Castro.
Authorities claim Castro is also the point man in the buying of recycled drugs from corrupt policemen. But for someone so high in the PNP's hit list, it seems Castro has been very hard to pin down. Eliasar says Castro has been in and out of the country since 2016 to evade authorities. Yet somehow, she was able to run and win as barangay captain of Barangay 484 in Sampaloc, Manila in the 2018 barangay elections.
The information that we received was that dahil nga sa mainit na siya since 2016 at lumabas na rin yung pangalan niya, umalis na siya at ng ibang bansa.
News 5 visited the barangay office on Wednesday, but could not find any sign of the barangay captain, not even a picture, not even her name on a desk. One barangay official told us that Castro filed a leave of absence last April so she could attend to a sick relative in Surigao. She has not been back since. For official business, Castro reportedly video conferences with her colleagues in the barangay council.
Hindi ko masasabing hands-on pero we're doing video calls every time na merong kailangan i-comply sa barangay. Nagko-communicate kami through video calls. Ang last video call namin is the last time na nagbaba ng memo ang DILG about zero obstruction.
Officials of the barangay say they saw no indication that their leader was involved in drug activities.
Nung panahong tumakbo siya, 2013, midterm elections yata, yung tumakbo siya as councilor ng Sampaloc, merong mga lumabas na isyong ganun na naglilink sa kanya sa illegal drugs. Nakakabigla kasi ganun pala kalaki. Yung ina-allege sa kanya ang laki pala. Bilang kami na nandito, we never see any drug activities. Laging gawaing pambarangay pag nandito kami. Hindi naman kami, honestly, hindi kami nakakita ng kahit na anong aktibidad na may kaugnayan sa droga.
According to the NCRPO, Castro arrived in the country last September 18 from Canada and immediately left for Bangkok, Thailand on September 21. Eliasar said the police are still investigating if Castro is involved in the death of 9 out of 16 ninja cops who are in their list.
Pinag-aaral natin kung the drug queen is responsible for the purging of some of the involved ninja cops na namatay na. Dahil sila nga kasi ang pasok doon, so yun ang pinag-aaral natin because we have some information na binabalidate natin.
Eliasar asked Gomez to surrender before the authorities finish their case build-up against her.
Mas maganda na harapin niya yung kaso, pati na rin yung kanyang asawa at itong angka na ito. The police is here you can offer security or assistance. Ginagawa naman natin yan sa lahat.
For News 5, Greg Gregorio, we are One News.
And here are the biggest stories from the dailies. New findings have surfaced, particularly on the motive for the killing of Cadet 4th Class Darwin Dormitorio inside a PMA. Baguio Police says it involves the missing boots of one of the primary suspects in the hazing.
Basically, ang naging initial offense, what they call it there, yung offense po ni Cadet Dormitorio raw, was because of the missing combat boots. Yung combat boots owned by Cadet First Class Sanopaw that was entrusted to the care of Cadet Dormitorio na it's already been missing for about a week nung pong September 17, nung mismong araw na hospital si Cadet Dormitorio.
8 are confirmed dead from the Dragon boat that capsized during a team's training in Boracay on Wednesday. Initial reports stated that only 7 of the 21 Dragon Force team died from the accident, but new information from the regional police confirmed the death of an 8th person. And this from the Philippine Star. U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has announced that the U.S. Congress will be launching a formal impeachment inquiry against President Donald Trump. That's after months of resistance from fellow Democrats who fear the political consequences of the actions. But Pelosi prevailed, saying Trump has betrayed his nation for allegedly pressuring the Ukrainian president to open a corruption investigation against former U.S. Vice President Joe Biden.
How can you do this and you haven't even seen the phone call? Look, it's just a continuation of the witch hunt. It's the worst witch hunt in political history.
Now, despite the re-emergence of polio cases in the country, the World Health Organization says the Philippines never lost its polio-free status. Health professionals say that the vaccines is just one of the factors that contributed to the rise of the preventable diseases like measles and polio in the country. Now, aside from vaccine hesitancy, the country is also struggling with a shortage of health workers. However, the group cautioned against blaming it all to the government, especially since the polio outbreak is not all unique to the Philippines. The WHO doctor also clarified that the Philippines did not lose its polio-free status because of the re-emergence of the disease. She explains that the country is still free of the wild polio virus, which was eradicated in 1993. Let's fast break now to Sports Rush. TNT staged a rousing start in the 2019 PBA Governors Cup, leaving Blackwater in the dust with a 135-107 final score. KG McDaniels announced his arrival with 41 points, 22 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 blocks, and 2 steals in his first ever PBA game. But the locals likewise played an impressive game. R.R. Pogoy picked up 22 points, Trod Rosario had 18, and Jason Castro was on board or 1 board away from a triple-double with 17 points, 12 assists, and 9 rebounds. San Miguel is likewise off to a good start for its Grand Slam bid in this conference. For the Beermen's opening salvo, Import Des Wells immediately packed up 42 points to rip Phoenix at 130-119. SB pulled far away in the third frame, unleashing a 23-2 run for a wide advantage from which the Fuel Masters never recovered.
I was just very fortunate that those shots went in. Des Wells played really well. I thought he was going to be best player. And Arwin and Junmar also played very well. And everybody else, contributed today. So I don't want to say just my success, but to the team's success.
And that's how the day is shaping up to be. Join us again next time for another round of Rush. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.